What's going on, guys? I hope you've all been well. So today I wanted to get into something just a little bit different, specifically those things that we should be taking to the range with us in the way of a medical kit. So I recently picked up a Vanquest medical pouch. Now this is the larger one, it's the 2.0 and it's the 7x10. This is not like a gun belt mounted or maybe a plate carrier mounted. This is one that you're gonna either wear on a pack or keep in your vehicle, take camping with you, take to the range with you in your range bag. But I really thought that it was important to go over some of this stuff. So you guys, if you're lacking a little bit of this gear, you really should get it. Even if you're going to indoor ranges. I don't see a whole lot of people carrying medical stuff with us the few times that I've been to indoor ranges lately. And I think that's just a big miss on a lot of people because you just don't know who else is there. Everybody out there has seen those videos of people doing stupid stuff on ranges. That is the reason I take this. I'm not worried about me and my friends. Although accidents can happen, I am worried about other people. I have had the opportunity to put this bag to use in some trainings, and I think that it's really important that when you buy gear like this, that you actually do have a couple friends come around and you guys can actually practice with the gear. Because in here you're gonna have all kinds of different stuff, from tourniquets to wraps to gauze, and you wanna know how to use all that stuff before the time comes. Because if you're sitting there looking at the back of the packaging trying to figure out how to use an Israeli bandage or how to put that tourniquet on, it might be too late. So as always, guys, like, share, subscribe. All of this stuff can be purchased on Amazon. I will provide links for everything down below. So we're gonna get up close to this thing and I'll show you what I got going on in here. And then later, I'm actually gonna break down the stuff that's in here. I'll grab some training aids and I'll put out videos on how to use each piece of this kit should you guys decide to buy it. Let's get up close to this thing, get into it. So here we are close with this Vanquest medical pouch, guys. Like I said, I've had this for a few months now, and I really absolutely have come to enjoy it. Now this is the 2.0. There was an older version of this that didn't have all the MOLLE and hook and loop on the front. I don't think it had all the MOLLE on the side with the tabs that you can use to restrain like your shears, trauma shears or something like that. And the handle was just a little bit different on that original design. So overall, the outside of this thing is really awesome. And I appreciate all the space they have given us for all your medical pouch. You've got your blood type patch area up here or your nameplate patch anywhere you want it. You can put any size medical patch you want on it. When it comes to something like this, I put the biggest one I can find so people know this is a medical kit right now. You have the MOLLE on the side you can do a lot with. You've got some awesome zipper here on both sides, and you can actually just rip this thing open, which we'll get to in a second. But these are YKK zippers. Now, if you guys don't know anything about zippers, YKK is kind of like the king of the hill when it comes to zippers. This is the 7x10 version. It's got a real high-vis insert we'll get to in a second. Ton of MOLLE. It's made out of that 1000 denier Cordura, which is like that kind of military grade nylon that everybody talks about. And it's just got a lot of options in this. It's been treated with that DuPont water repellent. So, you know, if you're in some really wet conditions, some tropical type conditions or camping or rain, you don't have to worry about your stuff in here. And it's got that really nice outer front pocket right here as well. So this is like a great little storage areas for something like your medical card if you have to keep information on a patient or write things down, treatments you've provided. You can put spare gloves in there. Typically I have like a carabiner on one end of this so I can quick clip things to it. A lot of times you'll see the rolls of the medical tape clicked onto something like that. Or you can just tie 550 cords, what we used to do in the military. But like I said, this can actually be accessed one of two ways. You can zip down the zippers like this, and it's got the Velcro up top. Or if you're in a rush and say this is attached to your pack or attached to you know, some kind of duty gear or something, you can actually just grab and rip it all the way open like this. Try and do it so I don't hit the tripod. And you can see just how much space we're working with in here. I know it might be kind of close up on the tripod, but this thing is a pretty good size. So you can see you've got that orange high-vis front on here. It's just really awesome to work with because you can see what you need right now. So what we'll do is we'll work our way from the flap down into the bag. So you can see the flap here, I've got all kinds of stuff. You've got really good, bungee cording right here. You can stick pretty much anything in here, and you can stick some pretty good size items in there. I happen to have just an extra SWAT tee, and then I've got just another hemorrhage control dressing. And this one is actually the Israeli compression style bandage. These things are really, really good. You can do a lot with them. You can make slings out of them, bandages, but I just have it stuffed up under all that bungee so it's quickly accessible. And then the tourniquet obviously is on top because that's probably what you're gonna need right now. This happens to be that orange SWAT tee, and I get some of this gear in these colors because I want people to recognize it immediately when they see it. So this open flap over here was pretty cool because it is removable just on these pieces of Velcro right here. It just loops around this internal webbing right here. So you can take this completely out. But this is where I keep like boo-boo type stuff. So this pocket is great for like your extra alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, keep some Advil in there, keep a couple different things in here, some safety pins and a razor blade in case you have to, pick metal chunks or thorns out of people or something like that. And then I always keep this afterbite on me because I get tore up by mosquitoes no matter where I go. You can also keep identification stuff in here. You can keep blood type stuff in here. Typically I'll carry around like iodine, some things like that. I just happen to be changing this thing around a little bit. So really cool design. It is removable, like I said. And then we get down into our main compartment right here. So like I said, awesome high vis here. You got a really good amount of this bungee strapping in here. And I carry multiple different types of tourniquets, and I carry multiple tourniquets with me in a medical kit like this. A SWAT tee, super easy. You can pretty much hand it to anybody, and as long as they look at the thing, they can figure out how to put it on. This is an SOFT wide tourniquet, so you have to know how to use this one because it has your little alligator style clip here for the retention of the actual tourniquet. But still very simple design if you know how tourniquets work at all. Some people like these ones, some people like the cat tourniquets better, or the time. It just all depends on what you're into. And we'll get into more videos later on all the specific medical gear and how to use it. I've got some leftover tape. I was doing some training, so I just kind of threw this in the down corner. And then this self-adhesive dressing. When I had hand surgery on my hand right here from something that happened to me, the doctor would give me a roll of this, and he paid some ungodly price for it. You go down to the feed store and buy these for 50 cents, $1 a roll, and it's pretty much the same exact stuff that the doctor's giving you, but just a quarter of the cost. So I always carry like some type of marker or pen with me. I like carrying a Sharpie because if you're putting a tourniquet on somebody, it's always got a time marker on it. You need to identify the time anytime you put a tourniquet on. Like here's the rat tourniquet, you can see in here. You're gonna write your time on that. These tourniquets are kind of a newer design. They've been out, I wanna say a few years now, but these things are super easy to use, super efficient, effective, and they're very budget. I wanna say these things are only like 20 bucks or something. A little bit of flexibility to them that other tourniquet styles don't have. And you've got more webbing you can put anything onto in here. And you've got your main pockets. I have some rolled hemostatic gauze, and then just another Israeli style bandage here. So all of this stuff is available on Amazon. Like I said, guys, I'll put links for you. If you've been anywhere where trauma style incidents can happen, the Israeli bandage, the quick clot rolled gauze, and a tourniquet are like the three main things you really need with you when something goes down. And then in the back, I have in the main pocket, I just have this Adventure Medical Kit's trauma pack. So this thing is actually pretty awesome for what you get and for what you pay for it. So you got a 25 gram quick clot in here. You got your trauma pad, which is a 5x9. You got a pair of the nitrile gloves, and then some hand wipe. You got a 2" by 26" duct tape. Duct tape is kind of that last resort to keep a wound covered with gauze. You got a triangular bandage, a couple of sterile gauze 4x4s. You got a 2-pack in there, and then you got a 2x2 2-pack as well. You have that conforming gauze, 3", and then you have the antiseptic wipes, and then it's just a resealable bag that is in here, and you can actually use that for the waist or for a sunken chest wound. That's a little bit more high level. So if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to work chest seals or make chest seals or cover them, then it's probably going to be beyond you. But these things are super affordable. And like I said, this is just a base medical kit that I carry with me. I do have others that I carry with me when I'm at the range that have trauma shears, Fox chest seals, and all kinds of other stuff, but that all relates to higher level training that you guys can get. So I'm gonna get back up in the chair and kind of give you my final thoughts on this Vanquest pouch, and we'll get into all the rest of this stuff at a later video. That's that Vanquest medical kit, guys. Like I said, this is the 7x10 version. It's meant to service 2 people, multiple people, to be worn on a larger pack, possibly just carried in the vehicle or maybe in a get out bag with you. But this thing is just awesome. I really love the design of it. I love the function of it. Gives you a lot of space to work with. You can fit a ton of gear in there. If you guys are headed out to the range and you're not carrying this medical gear, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Like I said, most times you're probably not worried about you or the people with you. You're worried about other people around you or just that freak accident. If you look out there in the military and law enforcement world, there's been a lot of fatalities in training scenarios, and some of those could be prevented. Some of them were absolute crazy accidents, but why not give yourself the benefit of the doubt and carry a pack like this that has your tourniquets, has your quick clot, even just has that boo-boo kit stuff in there. You never know when you're gonna need to spread some Advil or some Band-Aids or something like that, depending on who's at the range with you. And it's just a question you have to ask yourself, what's your life worth? To me, it's a heck of a lot more than I'm gonna pay for this pack. So carry this stuff with you guys, stay safe, stay ready, like, share, subscribe, check out some of the other stuff on the channel. And remember, I'll put links for all this stuff down below, very affordable on Amazon. I will see you guys on the next one.